If you've been selling products online for any length of time, you know how crucial it is to pay attention to current and upcoming trends and use that information to inform your product decisions. Because let's face it, new trends pop up all the time, and the most successful shops are the ones that capitalize on that by offering products to meet market demand. This is the smartest and quickest way to turn your listings into bestsellers and start making major sales. It can be so much work though to research for hours and hours and try to figure out what things have gone out of style and what trends are on the rise, which is why I want to come alongside and help. I've done a bit of the work for you and compiled a list of products and styles that are guaranteed to be making sales in 2024 to give you a head start on offering products that are going to be flying off the shelves this year. Let's dive in. All right, product number one that is sure to sell in 2024 is engraved jewelry. All kinds of engraved products are predicted to skyrocket this next year, but specifically engraved jewelry. We're talking jewelry like necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. And bonus points if the engraving can be customized or personalized by the buyer. The term personalized jewelry has an average of 71,190 searches on Etsy every month. And going along with our gifting theme is trend number two, which are giftable mugs. We all know that Etsy shoppers love to come to Etsy for gifting items and to find unique products to treat themselves with or to give to someone else. Mugs have for a long time been and will continue to be one of the top sellers when it comes to giftable products. The top search term on Etsy having to do with mugs is personalized mug, which is no surprise considering that Etsy shoppers love to personalize and customize things. But some others that are also up there are custom mug, mushroom mug, pottery mug, and mom mug. Now, before we move on to trend number three, I want to let you know about my free Etsy Success Masterclass, which teaches through my 5-pillar Etsy Success formula. It's the proven system that I've used and coached hundreds of others to use in starting and growing a profitable Etsy shop that brings in true revenue. In the class, I teach through my 5 Ps, which are the 5 steps that are going to truly move the needle for your business, level it up, bring in customers, and help you see those consistent sales that you've been wanting. So after you watch this video, definitely click the link in the description box below to hop over and watch that hour-long free masterclass, or just go to etsymasterclass.com. Okay, our next product to focus on for this coming year is trendy clothing and apparel. Here we're specifically talking about shirts and sweatshirts, which are the two most popular types of apparel that are searched and purchased on Etsy. When we're talking about shirts specifically, there are some search terms that have been really rising to the top and will continue to increase in popularity, some being anime shirt, coffee shirt, mushroom shirt, and cat shirt. The term cat shirt currently has a search volume of 6,593 per month on Etsy. Now, I do want to note here, you probably already started to see a mushroom theme throughout these few that we've already mentioned. Mushrooms have been super popular lately and are predicted to continue to rise through next year. So no matter your product type, it would definitely be smart to think about incorporating the outdoors and specifically mushrooms. Now, talking about sweatshirts specifically, the top search terms on Etsy for this subcategory are dad sweatshirt, which currently has an average of 116,180 searches on Etsy per month, mama sweatshirt, nurse sweatshirt, and Christian sweatshirt. Again, a side note here that personalized is always better. So of course, shirts, sweatshirts, and all different product types that you can offer customization or personalization to your buyer are going to be more optimized to make sales. Moving on to trend number 4, which are crochet items. Now we've kind of got 2 subcategories here. Number 1 being digital crochet patterns and the other being actual physical, tangible crocheted products. A lot of people who are interested in sewing and crocheting will come onto Etsy to purchase digital patterns that they can download instantly, which explains why the search term crochet patterns is very high with an average monthly search volume of 33,813. Other top search terms in this category include crochet bag, crochet blanket, crochet kit, crochet sweatshirt, and interestingly, the term ergonomic crochet. When I was digging a little bit deeper into this specific search term, I realized there may be an actual gap in the market here as the monthly search volume and competition number is not that far apart, which is pretty hard to find these days when you're looking at search terms on Etsy. This means that it's got relatively high and consistent search volume, so people are looking for it on the platform consistently, but there's not that much competition offering this type of product. So if you're in this world of crochet, you might want to consider offering something that goes along with that search term, like an ergonomic crochet hook or grip. Okay, product number 5 is no surprise as it's already been trending this year, but it's predicted to continue to grow even through next year, and this is wall art. The term wall art on Etsy has an average monthly search volume of 111,080. We can get even more specific with a popular search term, digital wall art. Digital wall art is obviously continuing to grow in popularity, and there are so many different types and styles that you can create if you're wanting to offer products in this niche. Some trendy styles for this category include retro, landscapes, floral, locations like cities and countries, motivational or Christian phrases, abstract, and mid-century modern. Now you may be wondering how I find out these estimated search volume numbers for these different keyword phrases, and there are different Etsy specific research tools out there that you can use, but I want to quickly show you one of my favorites and how I use it, and that is Sales Samurai. So for instance, on Sales Samurai, I've come to their keyword search tool and I've typed in the keyword leather keychain. Sales Samurai then pulls up all of this great information and data for me on this term leather keychain. So it'll show me the estimated amount of times that keyword phrase is searched on Etsy, which is really great here. It's over 196,000. It'll also show me the CTR, which is the click-through rate. This is the amount of times someone actually clicks through on a listing that's using that keyword phrase versus it just being shown to someone. It shows me the amount of competition to give me an idea of how many other people on the Etsy platform are offering something with this keyword phrase. It'll give me related keyword phrases under my Etsy most trending and Google most trending, so I can see for both Etsy and Google different related keyword phrases that are currently trending. And I can scroll down even further and see some of the top listings on Etsy that are using this that are doing really well in this category. If I look to the right, I can see common tags that people are using in their tags section that are related. So we've got things like leather key fob, gift for him, custom keychain. And again, I can see for each of these the search volume, so I can see the amount each of these is searched on Etsy per month. Then if I want to dig even a little bit further, I can come to one of these top listings and click where it says details. And here I can see all of the details for this specific listing. So not only can I see the listing itself with the keyword phrases they've used in their title, I can come down here and see all the tags that they've used in this listing as well. So I'm taking clues for this. If this listing is selling consistently, these tags are working to help it be discovered and found in the Etsy search. So I can see they've used the term leather keychain, but they've also used similar phrases like keychains for women, key fob, leather key fob. I can look through their listing images. I can see how old this listing is, what the current price is, and all of this other helpful data. Sales Samurai also has so many different other helpful tools for doing Etsy research, but this keyword search tool definitely is one of my favorites as it comes in handy all the time. So if you've never tried Sales Samurai before, I do have a free 3-day trial for you linked in the description box below. And if you enter the code KATE20 when you're signing up, if you decide to continue using Sales Samurai after the free trial, that'll give you 20% off of your monthly subscription. Thanks so much to Sales Samurai for sponsoring this portion of today's video. The next product that's expected to be trending in 2024 is keychains. The broad term keychain is searched an average of 52,165 times per month on Etsy. Keychains have been and will continue to be one of the best sellers on Etsy, again going back to the idea that Etsy sellers mainly come on for giftable products. Now you may be wondering, well, what kind of keychain to offer? This is a super broad term, but you can get more specific and niche down by cross-niching with some of the other really popular trending keyword phrases, some that we've already talked about like retro, floral, outdoors, modern, inspirational, and of course, personalized. The search term personalized keychain gets an average of 6,302 searches on Etsy per month. Moving on to product number 7, which are SVG files. Monthly search volume for this term is 31,285. Now, if you're not super familiar, SVG files are digital files that people will purchase to use for things like cutting projects using a silhouette or a Cricut machine or even a laser cutting machine. SVGs have a really wide variety of uses, some of these uses even being for digital design or for business owners who sell print-on-demand items to use in their product designs. So there are a few really popular sub-niches here if you're wanting to sell SVG files. Number 1 is to think holiday specific. Any kind of specific holiday themed SVG is going to sell really well. So we're thinking of holidays like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, or thinking of things that would go with these holidays. For instance, for Christmas, you could create something that would be titled a gingerbread SVG. Another subcategory that works really well within SVGs is sports. You could create a lot of really cute and trendy designs for sports like volleyball, soccer, basketball, football, you name it. And a third sub-niche that works really well here are trendy phrases or sayings. So an example of this might be adding the word gather to an SVG in a really cute font, or using even some pop culture references. Like for instance, right now, Taylor Swift is really popular, and there's a phrase that people have been saying in my blank era. So it might be in my mom era. Depending on your niche and your target customer, this could be a really cute SVG file. I will just make a side note here that if you are thinking of using words together or a certain phrase, you just want to check ahead of time to make sure that it's not trademarked so that you're not stealing anyone else's intellectual property. Moving on to trend number 8, which is throwback or retro decor. So a couple of sub niches that work really well for this category are thinking of a vintage aesthetic. So any designs specifically that look like they're from the 60s or 70s or 90s are currently doing well and are still on the rise to be trending this coming year. Some examples I found when doing some research on Etsy, just to give you some inspiration, are graphics that are in a throwback or a retro style like this cute Santa, or even something really unique like this disco ball plant hanger. I'm also seeing a lot of home decor using vinyl records, which is really interesting and becoming more popular. You can also think of specific styles from certain time periods like mid-century modern. All right, another search term that is continuing to rise is bookmarks. Bookmarks sell super well on Etsy, and we predict that nothing is really going to change that, as bookmarks have a really steady, consistent high search volume, with the average number of searches being 39,571 per month. Some great search terms to help you get more specific with the type of bookmark you might offer are personalized and customized bookmarks, magnetic bookmarks, leather bookmarks, and crochet bookmarks. As we go through these, I hope you're seeing the pattern of the cross-niching, for instance, with the trend of crochet items and the popular product of bookmarks, and the smart strategy of combining the two. And another product that's not going anywhere anytime soon that sells crazy well on Etsy are bags, and more bags. This is such a broad product category, giving you a wide variety of different types of bags you could choose to sell. When looking at the most commonly searched terms within this category, we're specifically thinking of makeup bags, leather bags, laptop bags, bridesmaid bags, tote bags, and gym bags. The top ranking one out of all of these being the search term makeup bag that averages a monthly search volume of 17,387. Now we've gone through all 10 of the products that are going to sell really well in 2024, but I don't want to leave without giving you some of the specific styles that you could incorporate into a lot of these different products to point you in the right direction when you're getting more specific and niching down. You can incorporate these styles both in your product itself and in your photo staging. Several of these we've already mentioned because you can literally use these to incorporate in pretty much any niche. So some styles that are expected to be trending and even continuing to grow in popularity this next year are outdoor and specifically mushrooms, like we've mentioned before, retro, mid-century modern, floral, vintage, minimal, abstract, inspirational, Christian themed, and modern. So friend, I hope this points you in the right direction and gets some ideas going for you for products that you can offer in 2024. And I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Make sure to click the links in the description box below to try out Sales Samurai and also to hop over and watch my free Etsy Success Masterclass. Happy selling, friends!